From a young age, he decided that Christ was his Lord, and he joyfully served in the church, preaching, praying, and being an example to others. Esther, with her sensitive heart, also remained faithful, finding in the house of God the place where her soul was strengthened. But not everyone followed that path. Josiah, Daniel, and Matthew, as they entered their youth, began to harden their hearts. They stopped accompanying their parents to church, convinced there were more important things than wasting time in prayer meetings. The glitter of the world drew them in. Josiah and Deborah, moreover, had fallen in love outside the church. Their hearts became attached to people who didn't share their faith, and little by little, the seed that had once been planted began to die. Josiah and Deborah, moreover, had fallen in love outside the church. Their hearts became attached to people who didn't share their faith, and little by little, the seed that had once been planted began to die. One day, Samuel and Rachel gathered all their children in the living room. With heavy hearts, they began to talk to them. Samuel spoke up and said with a trembling voice, "Children, you know how much we love you. Each one of you is a promise from God for our lives, and nothing would make us happier than to see you walk in the truth. But we beg you, do not be hasty in giving away your heart. Love that does not have Christ at its center sooner or later turns into pain." Rachel, with tears in her eyes, continued, "My children, I cannot remain silent. God has beautiful plans for each one of you. Deborah, my child, wait for the Lord. He has prepared a husband after his own heart. And you, Josiah, do not be deceived by what appears to be love, for only God can give you something eternal and true." Josiah firmly replied, "Dad, Mom, I'm not going to leave her. She understands me and makes me happy, even though she's not a member of the church." Then Deborah, in a determined tone, added, "I'm tired of everything in my life revolving around the church. I want to make my own decisions, even if you don't like it." Samuel, his voice broken but firm, replied, "True love is not built far from God, children. What seems like a dream today can become a wound tomorrow." And Rachel, pleading through tears, concluded, "Do not close your hearts. Christ never fails, and what he has for you will always be better than anything you can seek outside of him." But Samuel and Rachel's words seemed to hit a wall. Josiah and Deborah had decided to go their own way. Daniel and Mateo remained silent, but their indifference showed they weren't willing to listen either. The household was divided. 4 of the children no longer wanted anything to do with the church. They attended on special occasions, but they did so angrily, with their arms crossed and their hearts closed. Meanwhile, Elijah and Esther remained faithful to their parents, bearing the pain of seeing their siblings estranged. And every night, Samuel and Rachel would bend their knees again. They prayed with tears, interceding for Josiah, Deborah, Daniel, and Matthew, and trusting that even though adolescence, misguided love, and the distractions of the world had extinguished their faith, the word sown in their hearts would one day bear fruit. But while her parents prostrated themselves in prayer, Deborah sank deeper and deeper into a world from which she did not know how to escape. At first, she went out to parties every weekend with her friends, convinced she wasn't doing anything wrong. She said she was just going to dance and have fun. But little by little, the loud music, the lights, and the laughter mingled with the drinks in her hands. First, she tried a sip, then another, until drinking became normal. And eventually, drinking wasn't enough. She began trying drugs, letting her rebellion drag her further from everything she'd learned at home. One night, when she returned late, Samuel and Rachel were waiting for her. The atmosphere was filled with concern. Samuel spoke to her in a firm, though broken voice. "Deborah, daughter, this is not you.